Well, you know, with jobs like this, it all goes swimmingly until it doesn't. You hear the difference in the noise of the teeth of the saw, and what we've hit there is a little fossil. What I'm going to do is try and extract it rather than just go through it. I could just do that bit with a grinder, but I'll try and get the fossil out and see what it is. Well, I fouled in that enterprise. What seemed to come out looks very much like an oyster. Not an oyster, sorry, a mussel, something like that. But in this material you do get quite a lot of interesting fossils. They will wreck your saw. And just to keep the tension going, I'm going to end this particular session here. It's time for me to cook dinner. I also want to very quickly put the lawnmower around the golf course. So we'll come back to this later. Well, after a little interruption of dinner and rain, I finished cutting to the overall size, and yeah, a little test fitting just to make sure that it goes in the hole. What I'm going to do next is mark up the rebate that's got to be cut into it. We'll do that. I might carry on. It's not raining at the moment. Once that's cut, then of course what I've got to do is glue it in. Super glue, yeah, not recommended for this job. I'll be using a show-based mortar. Now, there's nothing particularly clever about this. It's, you know, just think of it as very hard wood. You know, all I've done is cut it sort of to the right size, marked it with a pencil, just an ordinary pen, nothing, you know, nothing to be frightened of with this. And what I'm going to do now is carefully cut along those two lines. Now, if I'd got around to this before about 6 o'clock, I would have used an angle grinder. But we're now after the magic hour when we're not supposed to make noise, so I'll just notch it out with that saw. Yeah, happy with that. I'm not going to try and glue it in tonight. You know, I find that when you try to do that last extra job, that's when things all go wrong. So I'll put this in the barn until tomorrow and glue it in. As I say, I'm going to be using a show-based mortar. And I slap a lot in and push this in. And that will be good. Yeah, I'm sort of pleased with that. Not forgetting, of course, that once it's installed and once all the mortar has gone off, it is all going to be covered up with ragrayage, you know, to get the whole thing finished up. If it was going in exactly just as a naked stone, then it wouldn't be too difficult just to knock this over with a belt sander and bring it up to an absolutely smooth surface. But this isn't. It's going to be covered with a ragrayage, so having a slightly rough surface is not a bad thing. It gives something for the ragrayage to key into. But yeah, I'm sort of, on the one hand, irritated that it needed to be done, but on the other, I'm quite pleased with the way that the job has gone.